Alright, welcome back. Starting a little bit late today, but as always, my name is Andrew, and with me is John.
Hi.
We're going to play the great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and we've reached such a point in the game that the title screen has changed. Do what you will with that information. So last time we started this new case, it was not related to the blatant murder of our previous client. It's not even a murder. It's like a woman got attacked on the street, and they just picked the first foreigner nearby, pretty much. So we did some investigating, and now we're about to talk to Sherlock Sholmes, as I recall.
Yeah.
What is a kokoro, by the way? I can only think of Kokiri, like from Ocarina of Time. Oh well.
How's it spelled?
Kokoro. It's the name of the case. The Clouded Kokoro. This is the kind of thing I should have looked up before I started.
It's a novel by Natsumi Soseki.
Alright. Oh wait, isn't that the name of the... That's the guy!
Yeah, it was first published in 1914 in serial form in the Japanese newspaper Asahi Shimbun. The title translated literally means heart. The word contains shades of meaning and can be translated as the heart of things or feeling.
Is this a real person? Are we defending a real person in this case? Or a cartoon caricature of a real person?
I guess. Yeah, during the novel's initial serial run, from April 20th to August 11th, 1914, it was printed under the Kokoro Sensei no Isho. When later published in novel form by Iwanami Shoten, its title was shortened to Kokoro. The rendering of the word Kokoro itself was also changed from kanji to hiragana.
Well.
The work deals with the transition from the Japanese Meiji or Meiji society to modern era by exploring the friendship between a young man and an older man he calls sensei.
Well, that makes a lot of sense for the themes of this game, I guess. Well, yeah. We learned something today. Anyway, 19th February, 2:38 p.m., Briar Road. Dun 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 dun. It looks as though the police are still here, carrying on with their investigation.
So let's find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible.
Whoops. I clicked off the screen. Yes, and let's see if he'll take a break from his chips to look at that silver tip Iris gave us for him.
I doubt it.
Oh yeah, the vaguely threatening letter. Oh, do I have to fucking present it? Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment?
I'm sorry, I say I don't. I'm a very busy man. Much too busy to talk to a pair of foreign gadabouts, that's for sure.
We have these for you! A present from Miss Iris Wilson.
So I can just hear Gary crying, and I look over, and he's just in the doorway staring at me, like, there's no distress or anything, he's just looking at me.
Dad, play with me!
What? For me? From her ladyship?
Her ladyship?
Give that here at once. Come on, hand it over, that's for me.
Don't wait for me to give it to you, will you? What was that coin, exactly?
It's a silver crown, obviously, but it's a lot more than that. It's, a bribe.
Yeah.
It's an appearance fee, that's what it is.
An appearance fee? Oh, I see. You mean...
a bribe.
That's right. For the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me every time.
It's like a royalty.
God.
Yes, of course. I know all about your exploits, Inspector. I read them all. I read them avidly.
Of course, here's using my name without my say-so does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still, I'm getting paid.
Yeah. I am sorry, Inspector. That must be difficult for you.
Never you mind that. So, what do you want to know then, eh?
Sorry?
Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem, it says.
Oh, is she threatening him to, like, make him look stupid in the story?
Probably.
Oh my god.
Well, obviously it's not a problem. Go on, fire away. What do you want to know?
Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector, we'd very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsume's lodgings.
Ah, the little knife-wielding mustache Japanese fella.
Jake says, there's no threat. Gregson is just a simp.
Oh, God.
He lives in a right old hovel. It's just over there, look.
Oh, is it the building that we saw that was, like, the windows were, like, bricked over and stuff?
Probably.
Oh,
Yep.
On the first floor of that house is the corner where that wreck of a bicycle was propped up.
This looks like my neighborhood.
Okay.
As
like
the police
busted in
car
windows?
just drives by.
That is nearby indeed.
If I remember rightly, the landlord is Mr. John Garrett. Right, well,
Alright, what do you think? What do you think the odds are that the landlord did it?
He is a new person, so I think it's plausible.
Wait. We have to see how ridiculous he looks when we get introduced to him.
if you see her again, you make sure you give her ladyship my regards, you hear. I mean it. You tell her that Gregson sends his very best wishes.
Don't worry, Inspector. We will.
Goodbye for now, then. And long live her ladyship.
Isn't that treason?
It's treason.
It's treason, then. Well, at least he told us what he wanted to know before he left.
I definitely didn't just drop my water bottle off my keyboard. We're good. Yes, so then shall we go and see what we can find in Mr. Natsume's lodgings?
Definitely.
I go in there. Yes, a new location has been added. The lodgings of Mr. Sosuke Natsume, according to information gleaned from Patrick Gregson. February, Mr. Natsume's lodgings. Dun dun.
Dum dum.
So he's a British royal officer?
Oh no.
Do you want to do her?
Okay. May I help you? Yes. Would this be the residence of Mr. John Garrett? Indeed it would, sir. And who may I say is calling? My name is Reinosuke Naruhodo.
Mr. Okay, Natsume. He takes lodgings here.
Oh.
We would very much like to ask him some questions about our client.
Oh. One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Garrett. Did you see that, Miss Susato? That was real-life English maid. Wow.
I know! As I understand it, anyone standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I've ever seen one in the flesh. Oh, this day keeps getting better. Also, it looks like the guy in the background of the picture has like a killer like anime mohawk.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm sure we're going to examine this room, but there's also like a giant
Shells. Yeah.
artillery shell. I think there's like signs of a fire behind the screen, like on the floor. There's a sword here, which is kind of off the hook a little bit. Yeah. I don't see anything else too extreme.
We need only to be butler, and the experience will be complete.
Well, I'm not sure if I go that far, but I understand the sentiment. Oh, I mean, I noticed the cannon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was too obvious. I guess there's like
With a pink dress.
Yeah, alright, fair enough, fair enough. Good call, Jake. Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garrett will see you now. This way. Oh, he's literally right there. And he does have a sick mohawk, you're right. It's
And, like
a
goatee.
face.
He's a moon.
Yeah. Alright, this is... Off that appearance, there's like a decent chance that he's the bad guy.
Oh, yeah. So do we want to examine first?
Oh, I can't... Wait, it wants me to move? I don't know why it wants me to move.
I think that's just like where it was last.
Oh, yeah. Examine. Okay, well, we're going to examine him last. We're going to go around the whole room. That's a full-size cannon. What's it doing in here?
Oh, it's real! I thought it might be a replica. I just imagined it like the two of them are like picking around in his room.
Yeah,
and he's just like, yeah.
Alright, do you want to be this guy?
Oh,
or this guy?
Yeah, I could be this guy. That old thing buys a little more than a toy.
Sorry?
That's not British, but that's fine. Let's see here. The army was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home.
There you go.
Yeah. Never know when the enemy might attack next. Jolly useful to have a cannon about the house.
Really? It isn't overkill?
Be prepared, I always say. So he's a scout.
Yes.
You never know what this twisted world is going to throw at you next, boy. Do you think there may be trouble brewing, Mr. Garrett? Always is. Take Joan here. Never fails to have a clean apron in reserve. And dries them over the barrel, you see.
Oh, that's what's going on with this. Okay.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. They dry very well on the cannon there, Joan tells me. Which rather proves my point, I feel.
It's been reduced to a drying rack. No wonder the huge cannon looks like it's hanging its head in shame. I notice you have a pile of books here, Mr. Garrett. Do you enjoy reading? I like how we haven't, like, introduced ourselves, because the game just assumed we talked to him first.
Oh yeah. Experienced a London winter, boy. The nights are long. No better way to pass the time than in front of the fire with a jolly good book. Oh! There's a copy of Rance magazine here, I see. No doubt Mr. Garrett enjoys the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, too.
The great detective has a great many followers, it would seem. Nope, that was misled. I investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. Uniform, okay. The uniform looks fairly ancient, doesn't it?
It's clean and well looked after, though. That old thing? Ha! Not much better than rags, really.
Oh.
Wore that ceremonial garb at my retirement bash, you know. But I'm not one for dwelling on the past. Me would have gladly thrown it out, but you know how it is. Yes, I don't dwell on the past, I just keep a cannon in my room. Anyway, it doesn't hurt to have the odd piece of memorabilia lying about, does it?
I feel like stirring your tea with your tobacco pipe has to be bad for the tobacco and the tea. Like, this is so bad. Yeah. This has been the worst deal ever.
Oh, I see.
Perhaps we should leave the past in the past. Sword's part of the uniform. Okay. Are those mortar shells? They're enormous.
I hadn't noticed. What are you doing here? Ah, those old things. A couple of little rounds I accidentally fired into the barracks during training, you know. Became a bit of a colourful regiment in folklore, that incident.
You mean you deliberately hunted out the spent shells?
Well, I wouldn't say deliberately, exactly. They're only scrap iron, after all. I usually just thrown away, I believe. But you never know when things might come in useful to you.
So for what exactly?
Yes, well, you see, killing people.
murder.
Joan here did manage to knock one of the ballet things on my foot the other day while she was dusting. Oh no! Hadn't shed a tear since 1869. Before then, you know.
Maybe reconsider throwing them away?
I wonder what happened in 1869.
Yeah. Was that when Prince Albert died?
I don't know, but like that medal can be clicked on.
Yeah.
It's like and it's showcased on a very grand banner.
Yes, it's displayed with some pride, I would say. Although it bothers me that it's not straight.
What's that old thing?
Sorry.
I should be glad to see the back of it, but the general would turn in his grave if I disposed of it. The wall's the best place for it, keeps the ballet thing out of my way.
So it's just been polished to shine by accident, I suppose.
To be an inscription on the medal itself, look! Let me see, it says, for distinguished participation.
Sounds like the kind of honors even I could be in line for.
Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet, but I was given that for my time in the army. Can't measure an officer by the number of medals to his name, of course. Common knowledge in military circles.
Gary, get out of my cables. Gary's attacking my headphone cord. Hopefully, yeah, okay, I'm still plugged in. Good. Gary's on the desk. That portrait of Mr. Gerda is glaring at me, I swear. Alright, let's get him on the camera. It's Gary.
No.
Oh, he attacked the webcam. Does that every time. Gary.
Have you noticed? All frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Garrett as well.
You can tell it. He's clearly not hanging on to the past.
Oh, not at all.
Yes, and there seems to be a statue of a lion on the mantelpiece as well.
Ah, yes, seemed to come back from the local pawnbroker with that little trinket.
Seem to come back? What do you mean?
The chap who runs the place is a ballet wizard. Went to sell him something and came out with that thing. In point of fact, now I think about it, I rather often find myself leaving the place with something I don't need.
The lion ornament clearly does seem surplus to requirements. Unless you care about the crown.
Zara doesn't pull her punches, or her throws for that matter.
So, Princess Maud of Wales, Queen Consort of Norway, was born in 1869.
There you go. You're just looking at things that happened in 1869.
Yeah, like... Look at the frame! It must have been put there deliberately, surely.
Yes, it certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from view. But what could be behind it, I wonder?
Quick look, just a little peek.
Looks like there's a shelf back there. Ahem! Maybe let's not, Mrs. Otto. Jake says the reason I turn into the stream is because it is the most adequate source of 1869 history. I think the maid is going to head us off with a cup of tea.
Well, the Irish Church Act disestablishes the Church of Ireland.
Oh.
Anyway.
Interesting.
I can't find anything like... Oh, the Oxford University Boat Club wins the first international boat race.
There you go. that would spark some tears. Ahem. Hold the screen.
The window?
It looks like I can do this.
This window looks over Briar Road, where the young woman was attacked.
Oh, yeah, it's like a mega the policeman on the far side of the road investigating the crime scene.
Oh, Hudson Bay Company surrenders its claim to Rupert's Land in Canada under its letters patent back to the British Crown? Maybe that? I don't know.
Did you guess if there were any wars? Wasn't the Crimean War around then? It's probably just a random. I'm sure they picked a random number. We're desperately trying to find.
Well, there's meaning.
No, the Crimean War was from 1853 to 56.
Damn it.
Anyway. The glass is rather murky, isn't it? You can't see very clearly.
Does this thing open at all? I wonder. I should underestimate the bitterness of a London winter, sir. Sorry. As soon as you open that window, the tea will freeze in the pot. No Londoner would go opening windows at dusk in the middle of winter, I assure you. It seems very unlikely these two would have seen anything of the incident then.
Oh, look. Sorry.
That's weird.
What a wonderful collection of cakes lined up on that gleaming silver cake stand.
Lined up. Looks more like someone has half demolished them to me. Afternoon tea is a time of indulgence, you know. It's quite the English way. It is Mr. Garradeb's custom to take 2 cakes with his tea.
That sounds delightful.
Oh. Wait a minute, though. There are at least 10 cakes on this cake stand. And that's terrible. Well, naturally, it would never do to waste the leftovers. So whatever Mr. Garradeb does indeed, I say to myself, Joan, you shall have to tidy up. How magnanimous of you.
Oh, it looks like the New Zealand Wars might have been happening at that time.
Huh. Look at this crockery on display here. It is rather unusual, isn't it?
I mean, it's all busted up and shit.
Yeah, it looks like someone hit the wall or something.
Oh, genuine London dresser. Isn't it delightful? Is that a dresser?
Yeah, that's not what I would consider a dresser.
Although the shelves seem to be broken, and the crockery is, oh dear, it's in pieces.
It really is. The word cracked wouldn't do that Chinaware justice.
Ah, I wonder. Perhaps the cannon was fired at it.
Yeah, probably something like that. Let's not delve too deeply here.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, can you click on whatever that plug is down there?
This
Oh, never mind.
No, it's part of the screen.
Oh, you can click on him.
Oh, okay, I have to examine him first. Alright.
Good day to you, John Garrett, at your service.
Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Ryan Escape Nakahodo. He's a defense lawyer.
Do excuse me not getting up. Took a shot to the knee a few years back in the Battle of Merwand, don't you know?
Ah, yes. Skyrim puns.
And a medal for my pains, but had to withdraw from the service. Handed over the reins to the up-and-comings.
So he's a retired soldier. Whatever gave you that idea.
It's a hell of a job getting up and down stairs now, I can tell you. Don't get out much, as you can imagine.
Yes, it's quite a climb up here to the second floor, isn't it? I was panting at the top of the stairs.
You really must take more exercise, Mr. Nakahodo.
Jake says the Battle of Maiwand happened in 1880, so it was not what he cried about, apparently.
Oh.
Do you think so?
Well, Mr. Garradeb, no doubt you were very courageous to earn yourself a medal. Oh, it was nothing. The medal's just a folderol, really. Wouldn't like to offend the general, though, so I grudgingly displayed it on the wall. Why don't you fetch it down, Joan? Let these people see it properly. Joan, fetch the... Ah! Dash it all, woman, be careful!
Jake says that battle was Afghanistan versus Britain in India
In 1869?
in 1880.
Oh.
Oh, dearie me, I do beg your pardon, sir.
You jolly nearly took the skin off my hands.
I shall be more careful, sir.
Maybe she killed her.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you have it. Living a quiet life now.
Should I can like knife through it out of the window, like through the knife and like it just hit her in the back or something.
Oh yeah, Batman style.
Yes, I see.
Now then, I hear you want to know about the chap lodging downstairs, is that right? Yes! We would be very grateful if you could answer some questions for us.
Oh wait, they're on the second floor, and they got the cannon up here. Oh god.
They built the house around it.
Yeah, probably.
Only too pleased, naturally, especially if it helps to keep the peace here in Blimey. We've forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. I disagree with it because, you know, they're not British. So this case is very much in the public eye, as it were.
Oh, is it?
Even had some famous detective poking around. You know, in this old house, would you believe? Yes, Mr. Hollock Sholmes. Could have been. Didn't catch the chap's name. Not really my cup of tea or the detective's business. Oh, but you have a copy of Rance magazine here, so... No.
What? Sweat drop. Anyway, the chap's investigating the foreigner's room as we speak. So is this Soseki-san's room?
It's a body nuisance, is what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching its curtains now. I don't like all this fuss. It's jolly unsettling.
About Mr. Natsume.
Mr. Natsume then, Mr. Gurdep. Please do tell us. Ah, yes, the Japanese chap. Only been lodging here for a week.
Oh, just 1 week? So we did very recently then.
I have two lodges most of the time, one on the ground floor and one just below us.
Oh, when they said second floor, it's actually the third floor, because they go ground 1, 2.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The first floor room became available a week ago. Ah! Ah! Yeah, I feel like the maid's trying to cover shit up.
Yeah. Like when he's about to say something.
Yeah, like
that would give it
incriminating or whatever, yeah. Dash it all, Joan! Do be careful!
Oh my goodness, I'm terribly sorry, sir.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Jake asked if I noticed how he's sitting. Like sideways. I don't really... Is he sitting cross-legged? I don't know. I can't really tell. Oh.
I think he is sitting cross-legged.
Always at a profile, that's what he says.
Yeah.
If you want to know my opinion, I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him.
Those cheeks. Oh, why?
He seemed to have a most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder. Jake, let's look at those jiggle physics.
Oh, man.
The man had shady written across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. I said to myself, Joan, that man is trouble. Sooner or later, he's going to do something untoward. And I'm rarely wrong about anything. You'll be calling this man as a witness, that's for sure.
Was struck suspicious about the man at all?
Oh. Yes, indeed there was. She's dying to tell us. The shady lodger. Had you noticed anything else at all about your lodger, Mr. Nanaisume? Oh my word, yes, the man was shadier than an orchard.
Could you?
We'll take the man's room. Absolutely stuffed full of books it is, more than anyone could ever read. And he never so much as passes the time of day with another living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor call. He just trots off to that old bookshop every single day and comes back at 5 to light the gas fire. And the funny little man is up long past the time everyone else in the house has gone to bed too. Oh, I see. The gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed at around 9 each night. But I've never known that Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning. Ah.
Could you clarify something, I wonder?
What, pray?
How do you know so much about Mr. Natsume's routine?
Oh.
I'd understood that neither of the lodgers live on this floor of the house. Is that correct?
That's right, yes.
Oh, he's scarred up on the right side of his face.
Oh, yeah, you can see something under his right eye. Yeah.
They're both below us on the first floor in street level.
Then how do you know so much about the lives of your lodgers? The precise times that they come back in the evening, for example, even the times they go to bed.
Quickly, think of a lie.
Yeah.
Oh, good grief, Joan. Be more careful.
Oh my goodness, sir. I'm terribly sorry, sir. Something doesn't add up here. The incident 2 days ago. Seems that the incident took place at around 5 in the evening. Did you happen to look out of the window at around that time?
The window.
You know, that thing.
Yeah.
Yes, we noticed that the window over there looks out over Briar Road. The incident took place on the pavement just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby?
5 o'clock is dinner time in the Gerda household. So I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joan?
No, sir. It would have been dusk outside already at that hour. And with the fog as well, I should think it would have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road. Oh, I see.
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary then?
Such as?
Anything at all, even if it seems unrelated.
Oh, well.
Yes. Well, was there something then?
Oh, my chicken sandwich was a bit off.
Yeah.
It's nothing particularly significant, but a red off! For the love of God, Joan, watch what you're doing.
Oh, dearie me, what have I done? I'm awfully sorry, sir.
You're going to burn my legs like my face. Do be more careful, woman.
Of course, sir. If I may, Mr. Naro. Oh, yes? I have an exceedingly good memory, and as far as I remember, nothing of any significance took place here at that hour. Nothing at all. Oh, really, Mr. Gerda? What you were talking before, it sounded rather like there might have been.
And as I was saying, it was just a trifling matter, really. Nothing. Oh! Joan, dash it all! What is the matter with you, woman?
Begging your pardon, sir. Nothing happened.
Yes, quite. Nothing happened. We sat down to a quiet, uneventful meal, Joan?
That's right, Mr. Garrideb. What is the matter with these two?
It's called coercion. Right, Mr. K.
It sounds like something happened here in this room on the evening of the incident. What?
I wish I knew. I'm sure it's related to the wall. It's gonna be like a fight or something. Like they had someone over. Could you tell us which floor Mr. Natsume's room is on?
Why, certainly. Just below us on the first floor. And Mr. Sholmes is investigating there, even as we speak. Yes, told me that's his name. Had asked him to look into the matter, so I gave him the key. Mr. Natsume has engaged Mr. Sholmes' service.
It's a blatant lie. Would it be alright if we also had to look around in Mr. Natsume's room, I mean?
I don't see why not. It's just down one flight of stairs.
Who knows if we'll find anything that can help us with the case, but we have to try. We need all the clues we can lay our hands on, shall we?
Yeah, and while we're there, we can speak with Mr. Sholmes again. Perhaps he'll be able to tell us more.
Alright. Mr. Natsume's room. Oh, it's just a cat. 19th February. Mr. Natsume's room.
Dum dum.
Dun dun. What? Just look at this place. And smell it. It's so musty in here. I suppose it's the mountains of old books that are responsible for that.
There's a... I don't think I've ever seen so many books in all my life.
No, I mean neither. It's so dark in here too.
Is that the window over there?
Well, it was the window, I think, yes, once upon a time. For some reason, it's been closed up with bricks and mortar. So this is where Mr. Natsume lives.
By the way, I haven't spotted Mr. Sholmes anywhere, have you? Thank God.
He's the cat.
Oh,
No, that's true, but according to what Mr. Garrideb told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere investigating.
And by investigating disturbing evidence.
Yeah. Right, well, we're going to the cat. Oh, okay. So I guarantee you, when we go to the right, he's going to be there, like, extremely obviously. Like,
Oh, yeah.
hanging from the ceiling or something stupid. Aw.
Oh, big stretch.
There you go.
oh my, what an adorable little cat. Perhaps he's looking after all the books while his master's away.
I don't know about that. It disappeared into that pile of books as quick as a flash. It was a tricolor Mike? Oh, wasn't it? Do they even have that sort of cat here in Great Britain?
Perhaps Mr. Natsume brought the little creature with him from Japan.
This made me feel homesick now.
Already? We've only been in the country for 2 days.
Yeah,
but it took like
Let's go
a
home.
month and a half to get there.
Yeah.
It's a big cat from home.
It's a bit big and bulky, isn't it? Surely Mr. Natsume didn't bring that Maneki Neko all the way from Japan with him.
I hardly think you're in a position to comment, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you forgetting the enormous drama doll that you brought in your luggage?
Daruma
Or
doll.
Daruma doll?
What is that? It's like a body pillow or something. Well, it can be dangerous traveling abroad. I wanted a lucky charm.
Oh, Daruma dolls are like those little like red dolls that have like the wild like tiger face on them.
I don't know what that is. But,
Okay.
yeah, I'll look it up later.
Okay. Well, I imagine Mr. Natsume wanted the same, and this cat is sure to beckon good luck to him.
It's not doing a very good job so far, is it?
You mustn't say such things.
I didn't. I thought it. I didn't say a word. Why are my eyes such a giveaway? Oh, pile of books. Okay. Look at all those books stacked up there. They must reach the ceiling.
They're all works of English literature, and they all smell so musty.
With this volume of books to hand, you'd never be short of reading material, would you?
No! A dreamy idea.
A bad dream, maybe. For me, at least. Mind you, I don't imagine the book that's at the bottom of the pile now will ever be read again.
Ah, so reading it is an experience that comes but once a lifetime, just as the tea ceremony teaches us.
I certainly didn't expect the conversation to turn down the path of tea ceremony philosophy.
That like thing with a lock on it to the left of those.
Oh, it's like the circuit breaker or something, or like gas control or something. This appears to be some sort of meter on the wall here. It looks very robust. I wonder what it's for. There's a slot for inserting coins here too.
Ah, I believe that is a gas meter, Mr. Naruhodo.
A gas meter? The maid said he comes back at 5 to like start the gas fire. That must be what it is. Because there's a lamp in the top left.
Yeah. Yes, it seems there is a piped gas in this district which consumers pay for putting coins in the meter.
And then does someone have to come by and like collect the coins? Like I feel like this is a major problem for their business.
That's why there's a lock on it, I guess.
Yeah. So if we were to put a coin in the slot,
That would be enough to gas to use the lights in the gas fire for the whole night.
enough gas to burn down a crime scene.
Oh boy.
So if you're too poor to have a coin, you have to spend the night in the dark and freezing cold.
That's right. Welcome to capitalism. That's what a rich man who only carried crisp white notes.
Brr, London is a scary place. Could you even call this a window?
I think so. It was a window at one time, after all. Although all that remains is a frame around some bricks now.
It's really just a wall then, isn't it? Why would anyone deliberately break it up like that?
I'm afraid I have no idea. Ah! Perhaps Mr. Natsume painted the brick design on it a fit of whimsy.
That's alarmingly feasible. Anyway, whatever the reason, the lack of ventilation here makes the place very oppressive.
It does. I imagine being cooped up in a room like this would be extremely tiring. That desk seems to be wedged into a crevasse between the mountains of books on either side.
I suppose Mr. Natsume would sit there and read while stroking his cat. But surrounded on all sides by these towering old tomes, surely he dreamt of books every night as well.
Yes, he must have done, mustn't he? Oh, what's this? It's a receipt from a second-hand bookshop. Your book.
Oh yes, Mr. Natsume's name is on it. Look, the date of purchase. 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m. That's the date of the incident.
Oh, yeah. That's just a short while before he was embroiled in the terrible attack. He must have been on his way back from buying some old books.
The second-hand book receipt has been entered into the court record. Your books, 17th February, 4:45 p.m. Customer Mr. Natsume. The sum of 2 shillings tendered in receipt of the picture of Monsieur Lecoq. A meal for Gaborio and Canterbury Yearnings. Does the dude not realize that like you go to a library and then give the books back or like sell them after you finish reading them? You know what I mean? Like, look at all these balls of paper on the floor. There are notes scrawled all over them in English. It looks like the wastepaper basket is so full they've just fallen out.
Mr. Natsume must have been deeply immersed in his research, don't you?
Or deeply averse to tidying up his mess.
Huh. I wouldn't like to speculate which is closer to the truth.
Alright, I think we had to go to the right, which I'm sure we'll see Sherlock just hanging out. Yep.
Yep.
Found him. Are you okay?
Yeah, that was her being like overly excited.
Okay,
Like Gandalf.
I thought maybe like a cat attacked you in the middle of that line or something. Aha! There he is. Where'd he appear from?
He seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book.
I like how he's got this candle lit, like on a stack of books. Like, what could possibly
Next to
go
a stack
wrong?
of books.
Yeah.
I hope he won't mind if we disturb him. Hello, Mr. Shaw. Ah, you two, good day. Now, let me see. Where was it that we met? Oh, Mr. Shaw, we were together on the SS Burial. Ah, yes, of course, the Burial. And let me see, what happened on that voyage?
I like how Sholmes has become Birdly. It was Kazuma Asogi. He died tragically, but you were a great help to us.
No, he wasn't. He was trash. Ah, yes, but of course, the case of Mr. Asogi. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it? Oh! Well, oh, that's you.
Well, you seem to remember something of it, at least.
What an honor to be remembered vaguely by the great Herlock Sholmes. This is Mr. Oh, no, my dear madam, you hold your tongue. I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic. Miss Naruhodo and Mr. Susano.
Try the other way around, Mr. Sholmes.
I lose the first round. Yes, his brain attic.
My mind palace.
In truth, I had hoped to invite you both to my Baker Street suite the day we arrived in London. But some Scotland Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to a crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes.
So they apprehended Sasaki-san in that short amount of time?
Justice.
Yes.
I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case had dulled my recollection of my past involvements a little.
A little?
It is a mistake to think that one's brain attic has elastic walls and can be distended to any extent. I do my best to forget useless facts, lest they should elbow out of the useful ones. Yes, those are my own words of imitable wisdom, you know, from an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet.
Please, there's no need to quote yourself.
I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately, my associate pins them beautifully.
He means Iris, I suppose.
Mr. Sholmes, we have some extremely important questions to ask you about the trivial case you just mentioned. Oh, goodness, what an earnest expression. My dear madam, I should Be only too pleased, and this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case.
Converse. Mr. Natsume's arrest. We know this to be the logics of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Soseki Natsume. Seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Schultz, for the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road.
Natsume, yes, I believe. It was a name rather along those lines. But Mr. Natsume denies it. Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little? I'm sorry, Miss Susato, but I have not the slightest idea what you mean. What?
Can't believe he was looking Sen squarely in the eye while feigning ignorance.
I assure you, I'm not merely feigning ignorance. It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension.
Oh, how?
I assure you I have no recollection of accusing your stooped compatriot of the crime.
That doesn't make sense.
The good detective of Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing the crime scene.
A man seen fleeing.
There were a number of books scattered on the pavement of the scene.
So, didn't the detective say that there were two witnesses?
Yes.
Is it going to be the guy in the maid? Even though they just denied
Yes.
seeing anything? Yeah. There were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. Oh, shit, that's you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. On speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Entry, wouldn't you say? I believe there's a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question.
Yeah, we found it. So you don't think Mr. Natsume is the culprit, then?
That I could not tell you. But I was aggravating my faculties, hence why I returned to you. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books I found myself quite lost in bibliophily. Do not deceive into believing that I am a man of leisure. No. Oh dear.
Mr. Garrett, the landlord.
Tell me. Have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings?
Yes, Mr. Garrett, a retired military man.
It was the first time I ever met a soldier from the Great British Institution that is the services.
It was the first time I ever met a maid from the Great British Institution that is service.
You idiot.
I didn't think it was that funny.
I do apologize. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid. Yes, I read as much in my Great Britain primer. And so, conversely, whether or not a household employs a maid has come to betoken the social standing of those dwelling therein.
Betoken their social standing? Sorry.
Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath that. Trash people. In the upper echelons of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family. Goodness, how extraordinary! As you can appreciate, for those of the precarious boundary between the middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance.
I had no idea.
And it's for precisely that reason I find great stimulation in the situation upstairs. Specifically, in the retired army veteran, Mr. John Garrett.
Oh.
Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of this case, I am as yet unable to ascertain.
I'm thoroughly lost on what he means to say. The dingy room.
The dingy room.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
No, I would have said that. This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man who lost is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later.
Mr. Natsumi has stabbed no one.
Ah, but sooner or later, as I said.
I don't think that's the issue here.
How about this dark little room, Mr. Sholmes? Why is there no longer a window? Do you have any idea?
No window?
Well, I mean, I can clearly see that there's a window of sorts. But it's been completely blocked with bricks.
Oh, I see. The answer to the question is quite simple. Window tax.
I was wondering about that. A window tax? What is that?
Surely, not a tax on windows.
I think this was a real thing that people did. Like the government
Yeah, this
put a
sounds
window
like-
tax. Yeah, and people started covering up their windows.
Precisely that.
Oh my goodness! The barbarity!
Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. Those of lesser means having inherited a sizable and costly family from, perhaps, rapidly closed windows up. While the rich opened windows here, there, and everywhere. In an effort to curry favor with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money.
How awful and unjust! Taxation is theft. Forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light.
Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow?
Indeed, disease was rife as a result. So, some 40 years ago or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. But its legacy remains, as you can see. In squalid lodgings such as these, for example.
I suppose Mr. Natsume's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps.
And so it would appear so. I've done a little digging. And discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinarily low price.
Because the room is so awful, I should think.
Apparently, Mr. Natsume only moved in here about 1 week ago.
Yes, that's correct. However, I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation.
Oh.
Still, that is of little relevance here. A matter not worthy of further attention.
It's gonna be like they really wanted somebody in there so they could use them to stage a crime or something.
Yeah.
They needed a fall guy or something. Are you sure? I'm curious now.
Well, I believe I've told you all I can now.
Thank you, Mr. Sholmes.
Ah, yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law?
You remembered that, did you?
Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsume, was it?
I'm not sure. Oh, I forgot he's going through this whole crisis of identity. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Not sure? On what grounds?
Well, it's like the start of the third act, so I had to be going through some kind of self-doubt. Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday.
Really? Well then, I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized.
And so promptly, too.
The thing is, it's really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients? To trust in their innocence?
Oh, yes, trust.
Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he?
My dear fellow, I haven't the first idea.
Oh, but I thought that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate?
Was indeed my initial intention, and my next was to steal. But there are simply too many fascinating books here, I couldn't possibly ignore them.
Oh, I see.
Nevertheless, there are two facts that I can state quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of this room, and there are witnesses who swear to having seen the same man commit the crime. That is all I can say. And one more thing. Oh, what is it, Mr. Sholmes? Tell us! I cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I'm quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something.
Yeah, there's no way that's relevant to the case. Mr. Garadeb is... Mr. Sholmes said as much before, actually, didn't he?
Anyway, at present, that is really all that plays on my mind in relation to case. Mr. Naruhodo, as yet, our investigations have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsume's innocence.
No, you're right. Perhaps it's time we probed a little deeper into Mr. Garadeb's secret. Oh my god, I guess we're not going to get to the fucking case, the trial.
Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. But I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo.
A busy man indeed. He's gone back to his book in the corner of the room. Well, I think we've examined everything. Yeah. So what do I do? Do you go back to these guys and see if they've done anything new?
Yeah.
Oh, something's gonna happen. 19th February. Mr. Garadeb's room. Dun dun.
Dun. Ah, you Peregrine. Telling me it was the detective chap. I forget his name. Still hard at work down there. Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Ah, yes. Rings as a vague bell. All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid.
Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there.
Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joan.
And in the cup this time.
Yes. Now then, why don't you tell me what... For the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch what you're very well doing?
I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir.
Yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave, if you would be so kind. Oh, yes, of course!
So I just realized, he said he was shot in the knee, right?
Uh-huh.
And she keeps pouring the tea directly on his knee.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Also, like, what time is it?
Yeah. Well, it was like 2:30 when we got on the street, I think, at the start of the episode. So, like, it could be around 5 when he said that they have dinner.
Okay. Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out.
Well, according to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garadeb is hiding something, like the right side of his body.
Yeah.
And since no other avenues of investigation seem open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. Oh, okay, Sherlock is over there in the corner. Herlock.
Oh,
What the fuck? What's he doing over there?
Mr. Sholmes. Aha, we met again, my dear fellows. Good gracious, when did you sneak in here? Herlock Sholmes, sir, at your service.
Whatever were you doing by the window?
I'm given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet, sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. Humph, well,
Keeping an eye at one's windows at dusk is a prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering.
And one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, me?
Perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind.
Wait, he's not talking about... Is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. Oh, we're doing the whole dancey thing.
Yeah. Do you mean Mr. Sholmes? There is a mighty secret in this modest room. My eyes see even the most trivial of trifles. I take you are prepared, Mr. Naruhodo.
I think so.
There's just time enough for one of my great admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before the dark. Mr. Gardan, though it would seem you are a military man of considerable distinguished soundness, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first rate. I'm afraid, sir, that it is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw by my camera observation of your living arrangements. I beg your pardon. The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care.
So that's gonna be something else. You're right about that.
And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. Mr. Naruhodo, look!
Yeah, when it's broken down in a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Shelf's conclusions are both spot on.
No. How could you possibly? How could I possibly know? You mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts. And I know only too well that the wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
The great deduction. The game is afoot. Topic 1. Nature of the beast.
It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on a rampage of late within these four walls. Thus, we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take?
No, he's looking like red as a lion or something.
Yeah. For a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrett, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that is rampant here is revealed by that lion statue.
Okay, so it's not that. It's something else.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the metal thing. Oh, we got Least in the chat. Hello, Least. What's up?
Hi! I hope you don't leave because of our amazing voice acting.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, through an army man, you appear unimposing at best.
Roasted.
A fact that is fueled for your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts.
Is he looking at the shell on the shelf, maybe? I don't know.
Well, what is this piffle, I ask you? In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house.
Oh, well, you see
What? Yet living in such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had imagined.
Least asks, how good is this game?
It's a game.
It's a game. It's a game. It's very verbose. I wish it was snappier.
The chilling traces of wild rampage are still very much in evidence.
Well.
I want to say that the game has gotten better as the cases have progressed.
God, the first case was so bad.
Oh my god. Yet, as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam?
Me?
I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me, with one glance in your direction.
It is?
Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show.
Ah.
Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garadad, at Batty's Circus. A traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly did not. I believe I have made my point. Holmes out. The fearsome beast which ranked up with Brad and Monk in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire.
Conclusion: a rampaging Asiatic lion.
Oh god. Conclusion 2.
Topic 2: aftermath.
Now, Mr. Garadad. It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. I like how disinterested he is.
He's like falling asleep.
Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel revealed by that supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man, I simply... But what we must now ask ourselves is the true cause of this pain. Oh god, the maid.
Yeah.
And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it's this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment.
Ah.
For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. And so you had no choice but to let it go. Yes, well, now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack.
Unimaginable?
The aftermath, which can be clearly seen by observing a carpet over here. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, dearie me.
What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. There is no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? Food is at the heart of all tragedy and fact.
Whatever do you mean?
Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There is only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. The teeth marks of the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India.
Conclusion. Carpet gnawed on by the starving lion.
Thus concludes Herlock Sholm's great deduction of this beastly puzzle. Oh god,
That looks
it's terrifying. What is the matter with you, Joan? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garadab. I'm afraid I didn't notice.
My deductions can be startling sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times, too. Oh, man, my
Yeah,
throat.
alright. Oh. Meanwhile, John just dies.
Oh, God.
Mr. Sholm, sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation?
Why, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it again?
Well, your deductions just now, they're kind of shit.
Yeah.
You really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size?
Indeed. It is the only explanation for the fact. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. Does it?
But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well?
What if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room? Surely Mr. Garadeb and his maid would have been hurt or worse.
Ah, that's where you are stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon.
I thought you said that they sold the lion to the circus.
And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I have ever heard of a lion that drinks tea.
Ah, my dear Miss Susato, you're a woman and should stop talking. It occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on Great British soil, God, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea.
Oh, what a glorious notion. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, It's your turn to shine again and prove him that he's an idiot.
I had a feeling that was coming.
A slight massage. That's all Mr. Sholmes' deductions need. You can do it.
Yes, a slight massage.
Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward, Mr. Naruhodo.
I don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Anatsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least that's what I want to believe.
Let us start again. From the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular.
Course correction. Hold, Mr. Sholmes. Okay, so we've already heard that. I'm going to skip ahead till we get to,
Thank God.
Rocket One. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, no. Come on. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Lion statue.
I really didn't see the lion thing coming.
No, but if you observe Mr. Garadep's reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room.
It's something with a very fierce nature.
But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India.
So what was it then?
We must also follow Mr. Garadep's gaze. That will lead us to the true answer.
Can I... Oh, it must be the shell. Yeah. That's the only other thing. Okay.
Take that!
True identity of the beast that tore this room apart is these shells. With their butter wouldn't melt accomplice, the cannon? What? But war is good for nothing. It brings only destruction. Something we must all strive to understand.
Poor Naruhodo, because in 20 years you're going to be enlisted.
Yeah.
What precisely was your intention with that, Mr. Naruhodo?
It's following the natural progression of the deduction. Sometimes the truth hurts.
Well, the truth is, you do not have a turn for observation or deduction. Did that hurt?
Yes, a lot. Ooh, I got it wrong.
Oh,
I didn't know it was possible.
I think you need to zoom out and see,
maybe.
like...
Oh, what we do know with some certainty is that a destructive...
It's pretty same thing. And then Mr. Garadeb inadvertently looked in the direction of something that gives its identity away. I guess if we investigate thoroughly enough, we ought to find the answer. But this like the only thing I can even is the fire?
No, it's the curtain, maybe? Oh, that picture.
Photograph frame. Oh, is it like his wife or something? Let's see. Yeah, what else
Yes.
is right here? Oh, and it's behind the. Okay, it's behind the lion thing. That would make sense.
Yeah.
What's this photograph? It's his kid. That's why
Yeah.
she's so small. It's like, what's going on here?
It appears to be from Mr. Garadep's
Oh,
wedding.
maybe not. Maybe just
Oh.
a tiny little baby wife. Oh God.
Oh, God.
He looks very happy, doesn't he? Being a child molester.
He does, but you can't make out his bride.
No, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face.
I wonder what happened. Probably not. Probably best not to delve too deeply there.
That's how you gain motive,
Yeah.
bro. Oh, could you click on elements within the photo?
I don't think so. Oh yeah.
The glass is broken, so you can't see the bride's face at all.
Maybe if you took the photo out of the glass.
No amount of cracks could hide the woman's plump form. It's the
Oh,
maid.
it's the maid.
I think.
Powerful would be kinder than plump, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yeah, she certainly looks that. There's a lot of horsepower there. Okay, but she's so tiny. What is going on here? Is this a weird perspective? Like, not someone you'd want to upset. That's for sure.
Oh, look! It's very large, isn't it?
Or she's very small.
Yeah. Yes, that's an unusual design.
It looks like some sort of embellished sunflower. This must have been Mr. Garadab. Was still in the army.
He seems to be carrying his rather stout bride effortlessly and beaming a smile at the same time.
I suppose he was very strong in his younger years.
Hard to imagine now, he's as thin as a rake. Okay, well, I assume it's the picture then. Because I don't see anything else in here.
Yeah.
Take that!
Photograph frame. Behind the lion statue on the mantelpiece, almost deliberately hidden from view, is a photograph. I have yet to examine it in detail. No, I just did. I can assure you that it holds the answer. Why is this wrong? There's nothing else! Because I'm employing an extremely advanced detection technique called jumping to conclusions, you see.
What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless
What the
conclusion?
fuck you, Sherlock. Oh, well, it's supposed to be logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show.
This is my show, Mr. Naruhodo. Kindly perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage.
Sorry. What the fuck? Okay, is there a way I can zoom out? Like... These are even, like... There's nothing else I can even click on. I don't see any way to zoom or anything. So it can't be the lion statue because that's what he said in the first place.
Is the curtain?
Nope. What? I'm very confused. It better not be like under the fucking statue or something stupid. Let's. Oh, I had to examine it. Okay. Well, it's the lion statue that Mr. Schultz picked out.
Yeah. Perhaps if you did live with a lion, it would prove to be a rather sweet companion.
For about 2 minutes, and then you eat. I think it's like a mouse trying to tell his family that the cat around the house is sweet.
I suppose it is a bit of a flight fancy, isn't it?
Anyway, the beast we're looking for is something else. Let's have a good look around. Nope, alright. So, what the fuck am I trying to click on? It's not the metal. It's not these pictures. It's not the fire. It's not that curtain. Not this picture. Not the shells, not the lion statue, it's not the photograph frame. So what the fuck? There's literally nothing else I can even suggest.
Wait,
What?
it's the photo.
What?
I think you need to go back and observe. Can you observe Joan?
No.
Shit, because like I'm reading like a analysis thing, and it says that Joan is wearing the ring.
Okay, so can I back out of this? Like, I can't look at her. She's not on the screen. No, I can't even back out from this screen.
Can you, like, flip the back side of it or anything like that?
No, I can't do that. Am I just stuck? Like,
So it says, just like last time, everyone was dumbfounded by Sholmes' deductions. Naruhodo doubted that a lion could be in such a small flat. Susato noted that the lions don't eat the food that is on the bill that Mr. Garrett and Joan took completely unharmed. It looked like Naruhodo had to correct Sholmes again. He revealed that Garretev's eyes went to his wedding picture behind the lion statue. It showed him carrying his wife, although her face couldn't be seen due to a crack. It's obvious that she's the beast. But where was Mr. Garredev? Joan was wearing a wedding ring that looked just like the one in the picture. John Garretev's wife was Joan, the maid. John didn't make much money from being a soldier and couldn't afford a maid, so Joan took on the job as his maid to make him look rich. He wanted this a classified secret.
okay. But so when I brought it up, he's like, I didn't examine the picture, but I fucking did. And the things don't... They won't get the check mark that we do normally. So I don't know if it's like just not registering that I'm clicking on them. But like, I can't... There's no way for me to look at Joan right now. So I can't see if she has the ring too. What the fuck? Also, why is she so fucking tiny in this picture? I don't understand. There's something... No? I could try to present it again now that I've looked at it again, but like... I did that the first time.
And you can't flip it over or anything?
No. Well, we'll do it again.
Take that!
What do you mean? I fucking examined it. Fuck off. Oh my god. What the fuck?
I think it's gonna, like, force you to lose.
Okay, well, I'm gonna save just in case we have to, like, replay the whole fucking level again. Everything we've done today, I mean. What the fuck? Okay, I don't see anything else. Is there anything else on this picture I can look at? Oh my god. You don't present the picture frame, you present it from here.
Ah,
That's stupid.
Take that!
Newlywed bride. The thing in the picture is completely different. The true nature of the beast that is rapid here is revealed by that newlywed bride.
Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo! No other explanation could possibly fit.
Fuck you.
that seems like,
That's obnoxious.
like, yes.
Yes, this framed picture print pictures your wife, Mr. Garredev. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can... Oh,
No, we can still make out her mighty arms. Note the considerable horsepower they must contain. Can we really from that picture?
Indeed, surely a woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast.
Honored might be stretching a point.
Too late, the fact remains that the beast, which so clearly savaged this room, was your wife, Mr. Garredev.
Ah! Oh, it's a slap mark.
Oh my god. He's just a victim of domestic abuse. That's it?
The
Jeez.
chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much. Oh,
We've seen this, I think. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, this is part where we figured out it's her. You get to the next question mark. It's gonna be the ring.
Is this new?
Yeah.
The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself.
Well, I don't know about fragile.
Oh dear. Anyway, Mr. Schultz is quite right. There's no sign of Mrs. Garrett anywhere.
Seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Garrett's wife could be. I don't know, they have a weird maid kink, I guess, whatever.
I mean, we all know it's her.
Take that!
Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. I'm sorry, wedding ring. Ah!
Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. For it is identical to the one shown here on the hand of Mr. Garrett's bride in this photographic print.
In other words, you are no ordinary household maid.
No! You are Mr. Garrett's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Garrett herself.
Oh my word!
Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightfully surmise, this is my wife. Yes, my Jo. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she was a bonico. It would appear you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. Fisk. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? It's not right, I tell you. I was second lieutenant in the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know? By golly, this is a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearance are a folly.
You mean Mr. Garrett has his wife work as maid?
Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Garrett? Only in company, obviously, but listen here. This must remain a secret. Tick-tock secret, please.
Conclusion. The raging wife of Mr. Garrett. This is going to the major yikes territory. And what if she actually
Mr. Garrett
ate the carpet? Yeah.
Oh my god. Or made him eat it.
Mr. Schultz is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Garrett his wife a beast.
Yes, as a woman, it feels rather uncomfortable.
Mr. Garrett is standing, Mrs. Garrett is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he?
Oh, how true. So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then.
According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrett's pain is tangible, though. What that pose of his really signify? The fucking... Oh my god, it is a slap mark. Holy shit. Okay, is there anything else? I don't want to get baited again.
I'm pretty sure it's the slap.
I know, but... Let's... Yeah, I don't see anything else. Okay. Oh, there is the arm, but I want to get the cheek.
Take that!
Your head weighs heavily on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek.
And, of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade. Was you, Madam Joan Garrett-Depp?
These are anime eyes.
Oh my god.
Well, yes.
You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir. Ah! How the blazes? How did you work that out, man?
I mean, you literally just look at an angle and you see.
Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow.
That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. Keep the other side from view.
Well, now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame Garrett to fly into a rage.
The money, I guess. You're looking at the bills now, right?
Yeah. And we need only follow. Oh, yeah.
Oh, are we not? Okay. Oh, is it something in that book? It's right there? I don't know.
Didn't Mr. Schultz say the bills were all for lion fodder?
Yes, but now we've established that the lion never existed. Which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Garrett's wife.
Mr. Nara, she's a person, not a thing.
She's a woman, come on. Yes, well, she's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. Also hard to let the perfect hand mark, in fact.
Yes. Why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder?
He
Love
could
to
just be an ass.
I'd love to know the answer to that question. Alright, well, there's a book with a bookmark. Anything else? Ooh, there's a broken plate. Let's examine this first. Oh my god, there's a little lift mark on the bookmark.
I'm reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here, look.
Is this gonna be
Oh
the
yeah, she killed the woman over an affair.
or this could be like the other tenant or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Garrett is clearly an avid reader.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark.
Oh no, so it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary.
Okay, is his name even James? And look next to the signature here. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
That's right. Oh, I can't see the court record. I forgot what the victim's name is. If it was Mary or not.
Romantic gesture.
What if it's
His
like...
name is John Garrett.
Okay. What if it's like, this is just from a random book that the defendant had in his room, and just like the previous owner of the book let this in there?
Possibly.
Yeah. Don't get any ideas, Suzato-san.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
So this bookmark is actually a love note then. love note. Oh, that's what we have to examine it. Okay. I can't look at the court record right now. Perkin play is probably not it, but we'll take a look.
Oh dear, this plate has been smashed to pieces. And nobody seems inclined to tidy up the mess.
Perhaps it's some sort of high art.
Oh, God.
Really, Mr. Naruto?
Well, anyone who has a cannon on display in their living room is clearly a little eccentric.
Yes, let's call it eccentricity. Looking at all these bills, it certainly amounts to a great deal of food.
Meat and potatoes by the cartload, wasn't it? But looking at the two of them, you can tell immediately who is the lion's share in this household.
Ha ha ha.
Well, at least we're no longer talking about an actual lion anymore.
Alright, so it must be the love note.
Yeah.
Take that!
Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer.
Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note was a certain Miss Mary. Is the fly in the ointment here?
Oh my god, look at you.
Oh my God. God! But I don't know the Bowie woman.
You don't know her. Oh, I can look at this. It doesn't have the victim's name on here, damn it. Anyway. You don't know her.
That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say. That's right. That's what I've been saying. Ah!
A likely story.
Now listen here, Joe. Old thing I explained all the time. I bought the book at a second-hand place, and that note must already have been in there.
So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean?
That's right. That's what I've been saying. Ah!
A likely story.
For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to Jane.
For God's stop.
My name, in case you've forgotten, is John. Ah!
A likely story.
Are you questioning my name now? And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of a female heart, and you unleash a beast with most ferocious bite. Ah! Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack.
Unimaginable.
Oh, I think we've already read this.
Oh yeah. It was more like it was burned than it was
Yeah.
gnawed on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yep. Let me get to the question mark.
It's not the Tower of Capes, it's that.
Circus or something, or the candle. Or...
Yeah.
But surely Mr. Garrett didn't eat the carpet.
No, of course not. There doesn't seem to be any doubt. The state of disarray this room is in is a result of her wild temper.
No, that's true. So this is the last part of Mr. Schultz's deduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mr. Scaredup's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer.
All right, let's see let's see what we can see.
Yes!
The candle thing is missing from here, so I assume that's it. Circus, and a bunch of knives just hanging out.
This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it?
The base looks too small. Surely it's very unstable. Looks to me like even the slightest knock would make it topple over.
Dear, that would be dangerous.
Wait, take a close look at this. There's one candle missing.
Yes, I didn't notice that before.
I'm literally blind. Why is that, I wonder? Why is one candle of the 3 missing from its holder? Maybe because it's over here. I have to fucking examine this to find the candle. The carpet has been ripped to shreds.
More like burnt.
Yes, according to Mr. Schultz's deduction. The tear marks those made by an Indian's lion teeth exactly.
Oh, look here.
What is it?
If you look closely at the edge, you can see scorch marks.
Oh, yes, so you can.
A fire lion.
Indian tigers shoot fire out of their mouths.
Yeah.
In that case, perhaps the carpet wasn't eaten in a normal sense at all.
Do you think this with that in mind? Oh, seriously? I really had to think about that? Alright, so the candlestick is a strong candidate. Let's check everything else out.
Yeah.
Oh, so many cakes.
Is that all you can think about?
Well, look at them, Mr. Naruhodo. There's a mountain of them, and they all look so delicious.
It's more of a tower than a mountain, I'd say.
It's a mountain, and it's my hope that one day, in our very homeland, I will be able to perform the tea ceremony at the foot of such a mountain.
Definitely a tower.
This is an advertising handbill for the circus. Batting Circus. It's in a nearby park.
This is the same as the one that we saw earlier? One that was folded up in Miss Garrett's pocket?
Perhaps they're very great circus lovers.
It could be that the Hungry Lion is somehow involved again here, could it?
Oh dear, I do hope not.
Okay, I think the candlestick is the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm voting for that.
Yeah. This is Peacock. In the study with the candlestick. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick.
Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth.
Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible.
Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks? It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation.
Oh. Mrs. Garrett's mighty art muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face. Do we really need a flashback to that? But on the entire room. The force of her strike caused a candle to fall from the holder. And in seconds, the carpet was alight and the whole corner of the room was in flames.
Yes, For the most ferocious beast in the world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire.
And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok.
Adequately put, my dear fellow. So you see, there is but one conclusion here.
After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Beautiful.
Almost.
Joan, I want a divorce. Mrs. Shorten, sir. I salute you! Oh, God.
He's straight up gonna die right now.
I feel like her cheeks are like boob physics, but for like a
Yeah.
rated G game.
Elementary.
It's these dashed long winter nights, you know, nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. But all my old novels. And in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material.
For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems.
Don't know about admonished. Demolished might be rather closer to the mark. And beast is most certainly an apt.
Here we go again. And the carpet, was that destroyed by fire when a candle fell on the floor?
Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place didn't smoke. Couldn't see a bolly thing. I was caught between the old Styx rage and the raging flames. You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining.
That's sympathy for you.
Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The belly furniture started going up as well. We've had to hide the mess behind the screen for time being.
Okay, what's gonna be back here? There's gotta be something really big for it to be worth all this work, right?
Over here, Mr. Garrett.
It's just like a china cabinet.
Yeah.
Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you'll allow me.
There's like a body back there. Or
Oh my
something.
god.
Like it's got to be important to the case somehow.
Books.
Had all my favorite old novels in that case.
Hey, have you played Myst, John?
No.
There's a library that has like a burned bookshelf, so like only like a handful of the books are readable anymore. It just reminded me of that.
But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke.
Gosh.
Then the wire started hurtling things at me.
Oh, after the fire started.
What a terrible sight it must have been.
There was I, back up against the window under heavy enemy fire, incendiary bolts incoming tin to the tassel. Worse of it, I lost my favorite, book called The Lion's Pride. The Lion's Pride, ah yes, your notorious love of big cats coming through again. I assure you, the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest.
This poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage.
Mr. Sholm's deductions turned out to be correct once again.
No.
Really, be described as a great British wonder.
I tell you, it was total carnage, flames everywhere, and the old stick in the fuel fettle. Full fettle.
Of interest, what time of day was that?
Not sure I can remember. I would say 2 days ago now. Let's see, around 5 o'clock, I think.
So, at exactly the same time, as the terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window on the street below.
Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you.
Yes, a woman being brutally murdered. Not as bad as
Yeah.
this.
The whole Briley could have been flattened outside my window at that moment. And I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing.
Oh, really?
Mr. Sholmes.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, what can I do for you?
I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Garrett's situation now. What was the point of all this? It gives us nothing. Like, no information.
Yeah.
But what does that have to do with Mr. Lanatsume's circumstances?
I can't help you there, I'm afraid.
What?
My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset.
It's gonna come up somewhere. I hope. I hope this wasn't just a huge waste of an hour.
I warned that, although I knew the retired army man to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be of relevance or not.
Let me check one thing. No, the books. I thought maybe one of the books would be the one his favorite or there. I just knew you were gonna say that.
Oh, now, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of only two categories, those relevant to the case and those not.
Makes no sense to me.
No matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now.
Sorry?
Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over.
Oh no, is it that time already?
If to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to.
So that's it. No more time to think. Perhaps you'd like to betake yourselves to bidding us farewell now. I must prepare supper for Mr. Garadeb. Oh, yes, I'm so sorry.
Thank you very much for your time.
Suzuki-san will be waiting for us, and I'm going to have to give him an answer. Okay, so we're a bit over the 2-hour mark. I think what's going to happen is we're going to talk to the guy, and then it'll fade to black, and we'll be at court. Do you want to do that today, or do you want to cut it off now?
Yeah, we can do it today.
Okay. All that stuff we just worked over. Better fucking pay for something. Also, this isn't where I went, so something is happening outside. 19th February, Briar Road.
It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. We must hurry to the prison.
Yes, I know. Let's hail a carrot. Oh,
What's the matter?
looks like something's going on over there in front of the Garadeb's house. What the fuck? Alright, well, this person did it.
Here, give me just 1 second.
Okay.
I have to look up audio reference. Pausing. Pausing.
Are you looking for Maximilian Pegasus?
Maybe. Startled man, fall to thy prayers.
What the
Oh my god.
Who are you calling an old man, you rum-looking niminy-piminy? What the fuck?
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt in your philosophy.
Who's this Horatio fella, eh? What are you on about? This gigantic shit. Like, look at these two characters that are on screen. They can't be from the same game. Right?
No.
Like, they're not the same art style at all. Okay, go ahead, Sean.
Me?
Hey, what the? Who are you now?
It just looked like be some problem here. My associate here, Mr. Nasoki Naruhodo, is a lawyer, you see.
Hey, a lawyer. What? If I can be of assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law. Yeah. Fine, I'll be on my way for today. But you mark my words. This ain't over yet.
Get thee to a nunnery.
Do I look like a bloomin' nun to you?
I'm so confused.
What the fuck?
I do hope you're not injured.
So if we're gonna have a whole thing with this character, that's gonna take like fucking forever. We do this and then go to the jail. Do you want to try to power through it or save?
Yeah, we can try powering through it, but
Okay.
like at like the end of the hour, I'll have to call it quits.
Okay.
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle, thank you.
What was all that about?
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of you and your philosophy.
I'm not Horatio either.
Forget the Empire, sir, but... Are you a lodger here? In the Garrett residence?
Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode.
Sir Garrett had mentioned they had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the Min. Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor?
Ah, yes, a gentleman named Natsume. One more worthy of a polemist in my battle of words now, could that be?
Sorry, battle, did you say?
A children's card game.
Yeah.
Who is the stronger Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume and I sped long into the night.
I see.
I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances at least.
So fair maiden, so good gentlemen. I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well.
I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room.
Seems he's only aware of what's happened to Mr. Natsume, so he can't really help us. Well, he could be one of the witnesses. I don't know. I mean, he definitely did it. Like, I'm absolutely 100% certain that he did. With Asosuke-san and that man as lodgers, the Garrett house is certainly full of eccentrics. Anyway, I'll go find a carriage.
Yes, Natsume is eagerly awaiting your turn.
Let's hope we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over. February 19th, 6:31 p.m. Local prison.
Dump, dump.
Not done. What the hell? Oh, it's you! You're here! You came! Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. I can't believe you came back! I'm so touched!
He's something.
We are so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume.
I wonder if the real guy was like this, or if he was, like, extremely stoic. Oh, no! Think nothing of it! Relax! If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots. Noble, nurturing, never failing Nipponese! Oh, now let's not get carried away. Alright, who do you think this is?
Sholmes, maybe?
I'm gonna bet it's the prosecutor.
Oh.
Oh, I quite agree. No, that's... Uh-oh. I don't think I can do the German voice and this guy's voice. There is nothing more reassuring than the familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand... Fuck!
Oh. Yes. It is through friendship and transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least.
It's you! The miserable, rotten spy! Herr Locke Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here?
have no intention of doing anything per se. Save observing, of course.
Now, doing people, on the other hand.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home to see how our divested friends fared.
Gloomful room?
At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is a superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight and cost me not a penny.
How dare you, Herlock Sholmes? Ugh. I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits in those accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life is bedamned!
What, Mr. Naruhodo?
He mentioned that once before, didn't he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean.
And there's much truth in Mr. Mustache's words.
What?
Curse is a wholly appropriate description, I would say. For the man's lodgings, and indeed for tomorrow's trial.
Well, what's that supposed to mean? Cursed trial. Can we just get to the point where we just, like, say we're gonna defend him? Like,
Yeah.
Mr. Natsume, what did you mean by what you just said now? About the trial tomorrow being cursed. Oh no! Why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away, that's all. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, I see. That's really agitated him. You don't mean the trial really is cursed somehow? Are you referring to the prosecutor? The Reaper of the Bailey? The Reaper? Oh no, what do you mean? Please tell me! Summarize it succinctly in 16 salient words. No defendant has ever survived in a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution ever. How many words is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
16.
6. Is it really 16? Nice. Oh my goodness, can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly!
Yesterday, Mr. Naruhodo successfully defended someone against the Reaper. He did die in a fire, though. But then after the trial was over,
Oh, yeah.
the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances.
Mr. McGill did. What?
Ah, I'm impressed, Mr. Sato. You have an eye for detail. And a relatively good short-term memory.
Yeah.
Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us.
Mr. Sholmes, surely it can't be that having failed to have the accused convicted, Lord Van Zieks killed the man himself.
Well, he couldn't have, surely.
Ah, you have some wonderful notions.
Sorry?
The man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow.
Oh, yes. Why, of course he is.
God, of course he is! Then why are you trying to scare me?
It could be said, however, that the real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis.
What on earth do you mean by that? Oh my god. Just keeps going.
Van Zieks is quite an exceptional man, however, in London Court of Law. Exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception.
Ah, that's good. like it sounded like he's gonna cry tears of joy.
His eyes.
Yeah. Ooh woo.
As you are no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial, there is both a judge and a jury. Yes, Sholmes, we've literally done a case with this. You don't need to explain how it works.
Oh,
The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense.
no. AKA complete bullshit.
Yes. It is an excellent system whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated. I know. We literally had a case doing this.
Right.
Criminals and corrupt lawyers, for that matter, can use it to their advantage. By any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling imposters as witnesses, and so on. By such underhand means, those who would want to are unable or able to sway the jury. Which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail.
But it means the wrong verdict can be passed.
And sadly, it's formed time to time, my dear madam. It is simply the reality of the situation.
And that's alright?
However, those indicted by Lord Van Zieks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed.
Oh my! Though the adjudication may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom.
Within months, they all disappear. It is most striking.
Disappear? But how?
By all manner of misfortunes, sir. Perhaps they are trampled under a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever, or perhaps attacked by a highwayman.
Oh, no, 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 no!
All examples of the reality of events here in London, I am afraid. Mr. Naruhodo!
I knew it. I'm a dead dodo, done for, doomed! Cursed logics. You said accursed logics before. You were referring to your room, Mr. Garredub's house, I assume. Do you mean to say you believe the place is cursed? It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain. But I'd only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself. That didn't take long then. Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous about going outside. They were always staring at me all the time, from dawn till dusk. So I shut myself away in my room, but even that didn't help. The fear wouldn't go away. Dude, I know that feeling. You go to a foreign country and everyone stares at you. It's weird.
You must have been very lonely, having been away from your homeland for such a long time.
I've had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Briar Road a week ago now.
I feel like that was probably very prevalent in China.
So when we lived in Taiwan, like, everyone would get around on scooters, and they would do, like, ridiculous, unsafe shit on the scooters, but they would always wear helmets.
Mm-hmm.
And because they have a helmet, like a big motorcycle helmet, you can tell exactly where they're looking. And we'd be walking on the street, and everyone on their scooter would drive by, and you could just see their helmets, like, turn to look at us as they drove by us.
Oh god, that's like Matrix level creepy.
Yeah. The rent is cheap. I have so little money. It appealed to me straight away. Oh, and like when we go to a restaurant, try to eat with chopsticks, like, everyone would watch us, like, struggle with the chopsticks.
Oh my god.
Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. The landlord just simpered and said, "The room is cursed, oops." He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late, so I told him, "If you have something to say, then say it, but if not, don't mention it in the first place." Yes, well said. But it was true! It was all true! You mean the room really is cursed, then? Ever since I moved into that windowless hellhole? My sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I wake feeling as though I'm being choked to death. In my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street. I'm branded a killer, thrown in prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits.
I wonder if it's like the gas fumes.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a gas leak or the downstairs neighbor.
Yeah.
Probably both. If only there was someone, just one person on my side, one sort of lawyer person who's Japanese also, to support me, maybe. Can no one find it in his or her heart to believe in me? Really, no one at all. To believe. Yes, to believe. Oh my god. Mr. Sholmes.
Mr. Naruhodo. Pray, what can I do for you?
It's about the case on the SS Burya, if you recall.
The Burya on that case, the one with the snake.
Well, yes, the one where you tried to get me convicted. Yeah, that one. At that time, I was a suspect, but you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. Did you, though? You helped me, and you helped us to investigate.
I did I? Interesting.
What I want to know is, why? Why didn't you believe me?
I see, yes, you mean. Because you are a grimly dressed, shady Eastern fellow found with the victim in a locked room. So a little bit of racism and reasoning.
I mean, if you like, yeah. Racism and reasoning spectacular.
Oh, God. I'm a little surprised that the answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said, I didn't do it.
But I could have been lying. Surely you must have had your doubts. You must have suspected me a little bit.
I think perhaps you have misunderstood. I neither recall believing you nor in that which you were telling me.
What?
You see, the only thing I believe in are those I choose to believe in.
What? That's not where I thought this was going.
What do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
I make up my own mind about what is to be believed and what is not.
What?
Like that the election was a fraud. If I should like to believe in something, I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I'm concerned.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like, literally, he's an idiot.
But I could have betrayed your trust.
In that case, I should have made an elementary error in judgment, nothing more.
See, he's different, though. He, acknowledges that he might not be right.
Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse, in my opinion.
Meaning...
Whether or not one should trust another is, in the final analysis, down to oneself.
This is a really weird moral that we're going through right now, and it's either meaningless or really bad. This is bizarre.
It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself.
Yes, he's right! He's right, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Whether or not I can believe myself. A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. You see, the cell, a flicker in the background when he's talking?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Do you think it was a graphical glitch?
I'm sure. You were so right, Kazuma. Why did we just fade to black to the same screen?
Time passed?
Okay.
Well, my dear fellows, it's time we were leaving, I believe.
Already?
Visiting hours are over. The guards will be here shortly to escort us out. There's a restaurant near here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me?
Yeah, fuck this guy. We haven't agreed to defend yet.
Dear, there is never enough time, is there?
What about me, you fuckers? Mr. Natsume, if you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you. Ooh, woo. Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. As I said, I only experienced the British courtroom for the first time yesterday. And although the man I was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial. Something crucial? Yes, this is a game about being a lawyer, so I better shut up and be a lawyer. What to believe in? The defendant, justice, or the truth? How to believe, even. But I think I finally worked it out. Decided I must believe in myself above all else, to trust my instincts.
Yes, Naruhodo.
My instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime. And it's imperative that we prove that in court. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. I will fight for your innocence until the bitter end with every weapon available to me. So I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow. As I said when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue. Of course, Mr. Natsume.
It would be fair to say, Mr. Naruhodo, that your mind was in many ways made up from the outset.
So then why did we go through all of this?
I know.
You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it.
Yes, I think you're right about that. It's been a roundabout journey, but I got there in the end.
I like that the game reminds us.
Yeah. Miss Suzato, was that really the whole point of that? Was for him to, like, believe in his fucking deductive abilities again or something? Oh my god. Red herring bullshit.
Yeah?
Would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow to help me in court? What else is she gonna do?
Absolutely. As I said this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial assistant, but not girlfriend.
Judicial zoned. The worst. Oh, I missed something. The shocking events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavily on my mind. It was time to stop looking backwards. Kazuma believed in me, and Mr. Sholmes believes in me now too. So it's time. Time that I learned to believe in myself. Sosuke-san has no one. He's all alone, so it's my job to help him, to fight his corner. Fight in his corner. Tomorrow, in the courtroom, with all the strength I can muster. Okay, so that was like a 30-minute diversion. Whoops. We made it to the same point.
Okay.
So, are you going to be good for Friday?
I think so, yes.
Okay. So we'll probably be back 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday.
It only lets you have 20 saves.
Yeah, I'll just go back and erase the old ones. Whoops. I Alt F4'd out of the game with if the stream's still up. So that'll be it. So I'm gonna be pretty pissed if the whole thing with the couple is a red herring. But I guess we'll find out.
I'm pretty sure it is, but I feel like it's going to be like that they did actually see something, or they know something about the like jester guy.
Yeah, or like the jester guy will use something in his alibi that will be refuted by the fact that they were having a domestic abuse incident at the same time or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out on Friday. Goodbye.
Bye.